The Smart Integration Project, had really one purpose, and I'm a former educator. I thought I'd use a Venn diagram to describe the participants in our study. First, we have our in-service teachers, and as Anji was saying, our in-service teachers, this is what we call in the United States our current teachers in the field. And for the most part, these teachers, in-service teachers, know that they are predominantly what we call the baby boomer generation. Many of these teachers were born in the 50s or early 60s. Many of these teachers are probably looking at retirement in the next few years, but they're great teachers. They're pros at their craft. They're very, very much professional teachers. They tend to be traditionalists, however, and they tend to not use technology in the classroom. Then you have the pre-service teachers, and these pre-service teachers are mostly what we call the millennial student, right? They were born sometime after 1985. They were born with technology in their hand, like this guy here. They don't know what it's like not to have some type of technology, and they live for this technology. And so these two groups of teachers are very different. In Polk County schools, and I'm sure in your districts, they are very different. But in the project, they had one similar characteristic, and that is that both groups had access to smart technologies. So the other piece to the research too that we found is that collaboration and mentoring really is a powerful tool to bring in-service and pre-service teachers together. And the research tells us that collaboration and mentoring, it will naturally emphasize pedagogy. That when you put a pre-service teacher and an in-service teacher together in the classroom, that pedagogy is the natural conversation. The research also lets us see that when we use collaboration and mentoring, that it reduces the perception of both teachers that they are isolated or that they have no support. When you put the pre-service and in-service teachers together, they feel like they are part of a learning community and that they do have a support network. And then lastly, when you use mentoring and collaboration, there's an automatic in-classroom support system that's very powerful. So how do we answer this? How do we answer these issues? Well, I developed what I call the Tech Buddy model. I'm very proud of the Tech Buddy model because what it allowed me to do is that for my pre-service teachers, I was able to create this Smart Infused course, and the Smart instruction, the instruction using the smart technologies, is about 4 intensive weeks for my pre-service teachers. While the whole course is a 15-week-long course, Smart instruction is 4 intense weeks where the students are literally sweating. They're sweating because it's such an intense time for them to learn the technology. And then once they've learned the technology, after they've gone through those 4 weeks of intensive training in smart technology, they get the honor of becoming a tech buddy. I give them polo shirts. I happen to be wearing the polo shirt today to get that karma from the US come to me. But they get to wear their polo shirts. They become tech buddies. They go through those 4 weeks of intense training, and they can become tech buddies. Here's the procedure, the big picture in the Smart Integration Project. The students, the pre-service teachers, have received 4 weeks of intensive instruction in SMART. They've also received coaching skills. Part of the class is teaching the students how to coach other people. That's very important. And so once they've gone through the course, or once they've gone through the 4 intensive weeks of instruction, they become a tech buddy team. They serve as coaches to the in-service teacher. They actually go to the school. They go to the school site. Meanwhile, the in-service teachers, they're mentors, right? They are pedagogy pals. They understand the pedagogy. They themselves are also at the school. And what makes this model very unique is that everything happens at the school in a teacher's classroom. The tech buddies, the pre-service teachers, are coaching the in-service teachers who in exchange are providing that pedagogy, that foundation for them. And this happens over 5 days. They can be consecutive days or they can be across a semester. Over the 5 days when the tech buddies go to the school, to the teacher's classroom, and they're working one-on-one with those teachers, here's an example of what those 5 meetings might look like for the Discover or Level 1. So the first day, of course, there's introductions. The tech buddy and the teacher create a calendar. They map out what they're going to do over the next 4 to 5 days of instruction. The tech buddies have to complete a SMART checklist. They go through the classroom and find out all the technologies that are already available in the classroom. The teacher takes the SMART inventory. Now, previously, the teacher has already taken the inventory so that I know what type of coaching they're going to require. But they're taking the inventory again because we're looking at test, retest measures of validity on the inventory, on the instrument. And then the big thing here, and this is key, is that on day 1, the teacher and the tech buddy begin to collaborate on a lesson that they're going to teach together on day 5. And so we've had great success in this project. I would say that I've probably utilized this model with about 143 pre-service teachers, and that number is growing all the time because I have adjuncts now that teach more and more sections of this course because it's become so popular. I even have non-education majors taking the course because they want to know how to use smart technologies too. I have myself sent about 56 teams of pre-service teachers, of tech buddies, out into the field. They work as pairs or triads or in quads. And we've seen too that about 46 in-service teachers, this number has definitely grown this semester because we have our largest count to date. We're working with 27 teachers just in my class alone and another 27 teachers in a second section of my course. So this number is growing all the time.